All right, I'm back. So everything's done. I haven't done anything off camera. I haven't plugged it in. I did just go around and try to neaten things up a little bit. But not that you haven't missed anything significant. So the next part of this adventure is to plug this in and see if it actually works. One of the things that you have to do is put a jumper in, which I think I talked about before, to trick the power supply into thinking that it is plugged in to a Drake transmitter. So my power strip is on the back wall, and I think I'm going to run an extension cord because I want to be standing in front and I don't want to be leaning over this thing to plug it in. So I just kind of thought of about that now, and so bear with me here. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Getting ready to plug this thing in. We're going to do a couple of voltage tests, assuming that when I plug this thing in, it will power on and it won't blow up. Again, I don't know what the state of this transformer is. It could be dead. It could be damaged. We're about to find out. After it powers up, we're going to measure a couple of points to see what kind of voltage there is. These are going to be high voltages, so they're dangerous. I put on a pair of gloves. Might be a little bit silly, but it might also protect me from doing something silly. They're not arc-proof gloves, but at least that they would prevent me from being instantly grounded, because we're dealing with high voltages, but not super high amperages. So we'll see how that all works. So I believe that our first test is going to be here, and then our next test will probably be here, or perhaps up here, the yellow wires, and then the green wire I believe is here, and that's the bias voltage. So we have 3 voltages to check, and we'll see how this goes. So I'm standing behind it. I've got safety glasses on, I've got my gloves on, and I've got the meter hooked up. So oh, one more thing we should double check just to be safe. There is a fuse here, so we should check the fuse before we do anything. And is there enough light? Can you see it? The fuse is good. Or at least it looks good. Okay, so I'm gonna step back a little bit. I also have a fire extinguisher standing by, and let's see what happens. I'm not hearing any buzz, so if it's turned on, no voltage. Okay, so let's make sure that this thing is plugged into a, I'll start at the beginning. So I need something to test the extension cord. sure that there's power coming out of the extension cord. And there is. Okay, so I've got power with the extension cord. And let's double check our jumper. Is it in the right place? Let me lengthen. The jumper. Make sure it's making contact. Where is that diagram? There it is. Viewed. Oh, I think I had the jumper in the wrong place. It is unplugged, is it not? Yeah. Okay. All right. I've corrected that. Let's try again. Stepping back and away. You guys, am I recording here? Yep. Wouldn't want you guys to miss out on all the fun. Okay. I hear humming. It's not angry humming. It's normal humming. I'm just going to stand here for a minute, see if anything develops into smoke and spectacular failure. No. Nice quiet hum. In fact, this is a little bit quieter than the other AC-4. Now, we want to check voltages, so we'll put our negative lead on ground, make sure that our meter leads are (741.42 volts). And the instructions say 650 to 750. So we're just under 750 volts on the orange wire. The yellow wire should be at least 250 volts. Where are you? Here's a yellow wire. It's C. Where is it? 302 volts. It says it should be at least. It doesn't give a max, so 302 volts is good. And the green wire is a bias voltage. Now, actually, let me hold this up. And so you can see 302 volts, 742 volts. And now the green wire should be a negative something, negative 72 volts. That's the bias that's controlled by this pot. So if I had a third arm and I could turn the pot, you'd see the voltage change. We're not going to do any bias adjustment right now because that requires a transmitter. And I think I'm going to wait on the bias voltage. I guess I could use the one T4XC that I have that's working, as opposed to the T4XC that this power supply went with, to adjust the bias voltage, but I'd be adjusting the bias voltage for a transmitter that ultimately would not be being used by. So I'm going to wait. I don't see the imperative of doing that. I'm going to see if I can get the broken T4XC working again. That is not going to happen right away because I need about $200 in vacuum tubes, and I've already spent my ham radio budget of late on a whole bunch of stuff, including this kit that we've just built. And so we have success here. This is good. It means that there haven't been any mistakes that we haven't caught. As you saw, did make a mistake or two on wiring and whatnot. The only thing that I did off screen, other than what I previously discussed, I did tighten up the board with a 6mm tiny adjustable wrench and an offset screwdriver. What I mean by offset screwdriver is something like that, so you can go in at an angle, because you're going to need that to tighten those screws. So I did that off camera, no big deal. But everything else, you basically saw the whole thing from start to finish. You saw me be frustrated with the yellow wire thing, where, you know, the instructions say to basically cut the yellow wire in half. And that left me with no yellow wire left. I ran into a similar issue on the first power supply, but I think it was the white wires that I ran out of. So this is a slightly different kit, and so a different wire I ran out of, but nonetheless I ran out of it. So that was very irritating, and you've seen my struggles with colors, which it is what it is, but I managed to muddle through. So the next step, which I'm not going to follow, on camera because there's no point, I'm going to put the cover, the bottom cover and the top cover back on, button it up, and then this thing is going to go on the shelf for a period of time, probably at least a couple of months, before I can turn my attention to the broken T4XC. I do have found somebody in Canada who had the chokes, the plate chokes for the finals, which one of them was damaged, one of them was destroyed. So that's supposed to be on its way to me, and it'll probably be another week at least before they show up. I do have a set of old finals that I could use, but I'm not in any rush here. So anyway, so mission accomplished, success. We've installed it. It's basically a good kit. Thumbs up to Mike and HeathkitShop for putting this kit together and for selling it. I hear that Mike has been in poor health lately, so I wish him well, so that we can continue to be able to purchase his kits and keep these 1970s vintage radios alive. So I guess that's it. That's my conclusion to this video, and I hope you got something out of it. And I hope that, I'll discover myself that the lighting is horrendous. I guess I'm going to have to do something about that. It's frustrating me as much as it's frustrating other people. I just don't have video grade quality lights available to me, so I've got 3 lights nearby plus an overhead fluorescent lamp. But I need something brighter, because I think that on this side of the power supply is probably too dark. But sorry guys, I'm not a pro, and I'm throwing this out there hopefully so that it'll help others as they build this kit. So take care, and 73, thanks for watching. And like I said before, constructive comments, tips, tricks, did something wrong, whatever, more than welcome. If you don't like the video, just move on. Leave me alone. I tried. Thanks, and see you later.